And we are live. All right. My dear Brooke, how's everything? How are you?
Wonderful, wonderful. I'm excited to be here with you and to move forward on all our conversations that we're having.
Yes. Yes, I'm super excited for our show. To share our experience with Neora. And today's topic, it's about the business opportunity that it represents. And my experience. I want to share my experience, and I would love to hear yours
Sure. Yes. Let's do
because
it. Dive in.
it's amazing. As you know, audience, our beautiful community, Neora community. Well, we've been sharing. Brooke invited me to join Neora, and I was right there. And and as I've been experiencing it, I'm going to share very quick what I've been finding about the business opportunity. For example, I've been reaching out, contacting people that I feel that they can become like a brand partner, because that is a business opportunity to become a brand partner of Neora, right? So you can have, you can have your business like boom in the blink of an eye. In my experience, we jump on a call, you invited me, and in that afternoon, I have I had my web page personalized, uh, and I have like beautiful, amazing products to for me to sell, to offer to my clients, to my students, to offer solutions for the people that I know, or for the people in general, because again, my mission is to help more people to be like their best version. So it was very fast, very quickly, super exciting. But and when I was, one of the things that they asked for, and more about this, but it's like you need like to build your team, so you need like two brand partners. We're gonna define that later, very quickly. And as I was reaching to some friends about this brand partnership, they were like, hold on. Is it like a multi-level company? And I was like, I don't know. This is a personalized marketing. And they were like, no, because if it's like a multi-level, I advise, and they meant well, okay? They are my friends, but they were like, you need to be very careful, because multi-level companies, sometimes they don't do, and they become like, uh people become obsessive. And I was like, hold on, this is not the same story that I'm. So for me, it was like a surprise that to receive that feedback from friends. And I was like, well, this is the first time that I'm doing this. I trust the company. I trust the products. They are doing wonders in my skin, in myself, and it's a beautiful company. The philosophy, blah 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 blah, and but that caught my attention. Okay, and I was like, okay, what's the deal with the MLM topic, right? So then I started to explore more, and now I understand why some people are like a little bit resistant to join like an MLL. So please tell us your experience, my dear Brooke.
Oh, I have a question for you. You
Yes.
said, and now I understand why some people have the resistance. What do you understand that would give them in resistance?
Yes, because uh, as I was like exploring, okay, hold on a second. You are resistance, or you're telling me that it is a multi-level. It is like they they put you like you're like in down below. You're never gonna get your commissions. And then I was like, okay, what is this deal about the MLM. So I started to research, and I was like, okay, there are companies that they were asking for like big investments for the partners to join, first of all, which Neora, they don't at all. Now, second of all, it's like you need like to be like in the diamond scale or something like that, because they mentioned that you need to be like diamond. And I was like, okay, taking notes. And in Neora, to get commissions, and in Neora, not at all. I mean, I received commissions the next month. Okay. So what I understood is that people, they know, they've heard, or they've been part of an MLM company that they promise like heaven, and at the end of the day, there was no heaven. And in my experience, that's not the case with Neora. That's the importance of this topic.
Yeah,
Right?
it's a great topic because I'm definitely understand the topic. And you know, the thing about multi-level marketing is MLM, and also it's called network marketing, and it's also called direct marketing or direct sales. It's also called something else, I think.
Relationship marketing,
Something like that. Yeah.
something like that.
And so all of that, right? Because they're trying to get away from the bad feel of things. Now, this is the deal. Anytime you put your company's
Yes.
your company's name and all the things that they have into millions of people's hands, it's gonna change a little bit, and there's gonna be different experiences. And there have been bad companies. I was a part of a few. I was a part of two.
Okay.
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 And and the bad companies were people either legitimately outright knowing they were really what you call a pyramid scheme. And the pyramid scheme is when you say, I'll invest $5,000, and then under legalities, I'll say, to be a manager, right? To be a manager, I'll invest $5,000 and I'll get $5,000 a product. And Lydia, I'll be a manager. I really want to be a director. So you need to come in and you invest $5,000 in product. And then, oh, I'm $2,000 away from my executive director goal. Let me invest $2,000. And we don't even know about product, where it is, if it's left the warehouse, if it's what the product even, there's no product concern, and it's all about the money, about the big investments. And if people in those kinds of companies are selling products legitimately and they love it for the legitimacy of the products, there's nothing wrong with $5,000 in products. The problem, my experience has been, is when it's not about the product and people are stockpiling products. Even then, because, you know, I'm a girl who really borders on boundaries. Even then, it could be legitimate as long as people are telling the truth about what's happening and
Yeah.
what and way the experience is and what to expect. And people, another thing that people always say about network marketing MLM is they'll say, you know, it didn't work for me, and they guaranteed, they promised, they did all these things. You know what? People are excited because the mass amount of people in the world, they're not around positivity. They're not around progressive thinking or thriving people. So when they come into a company and they're seeing everyone happy and excited, because these companies gear and manage and work on personal development, right? And for most of the world, they just are getting their first dose of it. So they're like, whoa, it's like a cult. Everybody's happy, you know, and I want to be a part of that. And then they get in there and they're like, I'm not making any money. And then they're like, well, if you're happy, I'm supposed to make money. They didn't understand what was really happening. Now, for you and I, we have been in the spiritual development, personality development, like it's nothing new to us, right?
Yeah.
But what's hard sometimes to even remember that there's so many people out there that haven't got a dose of it, who doesn't know that when you live, you get to choose how you live, right?
Yeah. Right.
Anyway, so there's a lot of reasons why people don't succeed in multi-level marketing. It's also the different perspectives, people's opinions. You and I, with the work we've done, could give you 100 reasons why it didn't work. But I do have a story of why mine didn't work.
Okay, okay, okay.
Mine didn't work because I wasn't a pyramid scheme, and I didn't know I was in a pyramid scheme. And when I found out I was in a pyramid scheme, I started to leave, and my executive director said, "Don't leave. Let's go build a one together. We can do this." And we took a team and we started our own company, full of integrity, full of everything we wanted. We got the best. We got the best filters on the market at the time. It was water filtration systems, and we got a warehouse, and we brought in his family to help run the warehouse, and his brother, who was genius, to help run the president and to help run the back end while we were out in the field building the field. And I had big visions and I had big hope, and we were doing it. We did $1 million in less than 2 years. And I was so used to hearing people talk about pyramid scheme, because this was the age. This was 25 years ago. This was
Oh,
the age of coming out of pyramid scheme. You're either an Amway or you're in a pyramid scheme, you know?
yeah.
And I had a vision, though, of people being able to come in here, do this kind of work, be in this kind of marketing, and they could have so much of life left to live, and they could have fun, and it could pay, and all this stuff. Well, my partner who said, "Hey, wait, let's go open this together." About a year into it, I was starting to get some of my sales team say I hadn't got my refund yet if they left. Like we provided a refund if you leave. I hadn't got my products yet, and it just started there. And before I know it, he wanted to be different, and he just didn't know how to pull away from it. And so here I am. I'm the face of the company. I'm the one we're building trust with, but on the back end, other things were happening. And so I left. I walked away from the whole thing. I walked away, and when I walked away, I felt like I had hurt people. I felt like it was all my fault for not knowing all this, right? So
Okay.
I went on 20 years of, first it affected my money, making money. Well, of course, I did go into kitchen design. I made a whole lot of money there. But after that, when I was an entrepreneur, it affected my money. It affected taking money. It affected the way I felt about everything. And I was sought after, company after company after company, and be like, "Come with us. You could build a team like this. Bring in blah, 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 blah." And I'm like, absolutely not. 10 years later, I would get on a call and hear somebody's thing, and I would just almost vomit. I'd want to hang up because they all sound the same. And it all sounds the same. It's
Okay.
just a tweak different, right? And because it works, what they're saying is works, right? What they're saying works. If it works, why break it, right? You don't have to, it works. So I'm like, and so finally, I started really breaking through some of these with actually one of our executive directors, or I don't think she's executive director. I don't know what her level is, but one of our uplines is an energy coach and energy healer, and I started breaking through some of that. And the way I got here, I mean, I'm leaving out large chunks of the story, right? But the way I got here was because I had been working through it. I had let it go. And in March of 2024, I learned that my face was looking like it was aging. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And I mean, I was going to grow old gracefully. I had the whole thing down. I was going to have
Yeah.
grow old gracefully. Even though I just dyed my hair, I was still going to grow old. Anyway, but I started seeking out. Products, and I had been making and shipping my own product for a very long time that a mentor of mine created. I created the formula for. And so it's very important to me that they weren't full of crap, because I had not put anything on my skin except oils, straight up essential oils and stuff like that. And I went on this journey, and the energy coach was like, "You should try Neora." And I'm like, okay. I didn't know what Neora was. Finally, in July, no, it was in July when I said something. She said, "Try this." Well, whatever she says, I'm in for. She can look into the company. She can see what's going on. She knows it,
Yeah.
And
Intuition. Yes.
yeah. And so it was all about the product. Didn't even know it was a multi-level marketing at the time. And so so I got the product and I tried it. And then I found out it was a multi-level marketing. I was like, I don't know. I'm not going to be in doing the marketing side. Well, then I met our another upline, Jennifer, and I was like,
Uh-huh.
dang, she's real transparent. There's something that feels different about this. There's
Yeah.
something that's very different about this. And I said, well, I'll just join and just to have, sell product when I want to. And that's what I did. And then my results of my skincare started happening.
Ooh.
Oh my God, everybody needs to know about this. And then I started learning about the compensation plan. And then I started sharing it. And then I started loving it. And then there's a huge difference in what I was doing before and what this is. I mean, this entire company, Lydia, is set up on, hey, just share 3 people and you can get free product. Not,
Yeah.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
you
Uh-huh.
get $140 with a free product each month, and they give it to you. $140 will come at you as a credit in your account when you have 3 people who fulfill their things each month. And so you can just do it to be getting yours for free.
Exactly. So, I mean, I love your story because it's like you've been there, like in those circumstances that the people that I reach out to were talking about. Again, for me, this is something so new. So for me, it was like every aspect of the business opportunity. I love it, and I didn't have any resistance about it. But again, I love your story because you've been there in that kind of in those type of circumstances in which some MLM companies are doing the stuff differently, right?
Yes.
So that helped me. Again, that's why I love your story, because the fact that you are now here is because you can see the difference, that this is a company that truly uh, serves the purpose of a direct sales company. Because let's be honest, I mean, I can show you. I mean, I joined on November, and I my first sale was on November 27th. On
Mm-hmm.
December, I received like 140 US dollars in products, and not only that, $120 in commissions for the sales. And I do just a little bit of sales because I'm still learning, but the money is there, the products are there. This is one of the things that I receive, okay, for the sales that I did. And to put your business right there online, it's in the blink of an eye. Yes, I had to invest like $20 for the paperwork.
Yes. And
20, and that was it, or $15, something like that.
yeah,
That
25.
was it.
That's it.
Yeah, that was it. So my that's why I mean, I my intention for this live is to share our experience, to share your experience, and to share the facts about what we're living, right?
Yes, and I'd love to talk about what makes these kind of companies so successful and why you can be so successful inside of these companies. A
Okay.
little bit about, I was going to say, and a little bit about Victoria. No, a little bit about Neora. um, so, so if Bill Gates was interviewed, some little part of me wonders if it was Donald Trump, but I think it was Bill Gates who was interviewed.
Uh-huh.
We used to share this clip, so don't ask me why I can't remember which man was in the seat. But it said if you had, and it was um, Johnny Johnny Carson. Is that the guy?
Yeah.
It was Johnny
Yeah,
Carson.
yeah, the white
Yes,
head guy.
and
Yeah.
he said, so if you had to get rid of all your success today, what would you do? How would you start all over? And he said, I'd build a network marketing company. And he got booed. And he said, that's why y'all are down there and I'm right here. Yes. And that is, and the thing is this, because it's what they're doing when we buy a product, when we purchase a product from Amazon, when we purchase a product from Target, wherever it is we purchase it, it's got such a high markup because it's got to get made. Okay, then it's got to get shipped, then it's got to land in the store, and you got to pay the truck drivers and the driving, and then the store, and then the shelf space, and then the employees to pay the store, and it just keeps going and going and going. Well, what direct marketing is they just take that same money and they give it to the people who are selling it, right? And so yes, of course there's a markup. There's a markup on every single product you will ever purchase. It has to be, or it couldn't get to you. Yeah. And that's how we get paid. So instead of the shelf, instead of Kroger getting paid or Amazon getting paid and all the hands that are on those things getting paid, we get paid. And that's how we afford to pay these kinds of commissions.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. And that's the brilliance of this type of business, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Exactly. So, and as a brand partner, because now, I mean, we are brand partners, Neora brand partners, is like, we have different incentives, okay? It's like free products, Neora cash, commissions, among other things. Like if you reach certain level, you can get a bonus to get your luxurious car, etc.
Yes.
They are giving us like a different type of incentives. And I have one question for you, Brooke. Do you feel pressure from the company? Do you feel like your team leader or it's like right there behind you?
No, I don't. Great question. And our team leader is awesome because I was someone who, after so many questions, don't ask me until you've put some work into it, right? Like that's how I used to be when I was in my early 20s. I mean, I was sweet. I was still me. I was still who I am, but I was trained by a group of men who were like, you put your time into the people who are selling. So I said, okay, that's what I'll do. Because I was just following the millionaires, whatever they said, right? And so, because I was ingrained with, you find someone who has what they want and you do what they do to get what they got, and you will too. Right. So that's what I did. So when someone new came in, I'd answer questions, I'd get them excited, I'd get them started. Until they started doing something, they were on their own. Well, I would build underneath them for a little while because we could, but no more. That's not the case in this company. That's not the case at all. We've barely done much. We've done, I mean, and this woman answers our questions all the time. All the time. And she's wonderful and absolutely no pressure. And the thing, another beauty about this kind of marketing style is that you get to decide what you want out of it. So this woman we're talking about, I don't know, she doesn't care we say her name because she's Jennifer Gibbons, right? And she's the one who's our big team lead. She started because she was looking for product. She found the product. She loved the product. She started selling and she started sharing about the product. And she only wanted free product. And then she only wanted to pay one of her child's private school bills. And then before we know it, she's making a lot of money. I've seen it. I'm not going to disclose it because I don't know. It's a lot of money. And it's over 9 years. I'm used to, I want a money mouth, but it was over 9 years. She's made a ton, millions, plural. And it's not just the right timing. The right timing is important in some aspects, but it does not mean that you can't build every bit of it. The only thing timing means is less people will have heard it already. Right? But that doesn't mean all those people who said no to her in the beginning won't say yes to us. That doesn't mean that she's talked to 10 billion people in the world. You know what I'm saying? The only thing about timing in these companies, when you get in at the beginning, of course you could be a multi-millionaire that pays forever. It is true. When you get in on a level we're getting into, it's been restructured. There's so much room to make millions still.
Yeah. Yes.
And so it's still there.
The business opportunity is still there. Now, you know that I have a master's in finance, right? So here's the moment that you join as a brand partner. I mean, and the investment, those 15 bucks, they send you paperwork. Here's some of the paperwork. And they very clearly, they sketch how they suggest that you create, you build, you construct your own company, your team. And I got to tell you, from a financial perspective, it is brilliant, it is easy, it is real. That's it. So it is not that you can get the millions only if you are that diamond that ever. No, it's like you can make the millions, I can make the millions, right?
Yes.
Just believe in the product, believe in yourself, and feel that excitement, express, share the solutions. And just as Jennifer, and I love one of the things that Jennifer once told me. I mean, when I joined, like on November, I was like, Jennifer, what does this? I mean, whatever concept I asked her, and she was like, Lydia, don't worry, just enjoy yourself. It was so beautiful. It was so beautiful again, and we're doing so. So the business opportunity is beautiful, it is real, it is clear. I feel supported. I feel that I can do it on my own schedule, on my own time. Nobody is making is putting any pressure on me.
Right.
Nobody is forcing anything, because again, the products, they sell by themselves. It is amazing what they do.
Absolutely.
Right?
100%. It is so true. They really do. They sold me. You know,
Exactly.
Jennifer sold me on her transparency, and I could trust her. But I was just ready to buy the product. I wasn't ready to do the business. But the product made me ready to do the business.
Oh,
The fact that we have, when the energy coach, I don't know, the energy coach that can look into it and see if the products are legit and all that stuff together. Yeah. So no one's going to tell me something about these things.
what would you tell? I know, to wrap things up, what would you tell?
Oh, you went out. We didn't hear that. What would you tell what?
What would you tell? Can you hear me?
Yes, now we can.
Okay. What would you tell, just to wrap things up? What would you tell to the people that are like, okay, I would love to be part of this, but they are a little bit resistant about how the business model is? What would you tell, like in a few words?
I would say your favorite phrase and your resistance why. I would say go find our links below, click on one, find us, book a call, and we'll talk to you for a few minutes. We're not just going to sell you, we're going to answer your questions. That's what I would say.
I love that. So do that, what Brooke is saying. We are here, more than excited to meet you. Have the best day ever. Thank you so much for this, my dear Brooke, for this space. And ciao for now.
Bye.